Imagine that you are a young kid from a very small town, right? And so that young kid essentially came up with this dream. The dream is very big for as far as the kid is concerned. It may not sound very big to you, but the kid is really passionate about that dream. And the dream is very simple. The kid wants a better lifestyle and a better job security for himself so that he can offer that lifestyle to his family. A very simple dream. Now he starts talking about that dream to the people around him. And what he realizes that when anyone starts talking about any dream or any desire that you love, you start developing 3-4 kinds of people around you. And that kid is recognizing those 3-4 kinds of people around him. There are few people who are uplifting the kid, that okay, yeah, your dream of becoming bigger, making more money, and making more impact, having a more stable life is not absurd. People have done it. You can do it too. I believe in you. Simple words, I believe in you. There are very few of uplifters that the kid finds around him. Right? Most of the things that the kid sees are 3 kinds of people. One, the people who really, really care for the person. Right? And those kind of people are mostly parents, friends, who really do not want to see the kid hurt himself in pursuit of that dream. Right? And so and those people usually have tried for their dreams, but they have given up on them because it's just too difficult. And they are projecting their own failures on you, that since we pursued our dream and we failed, you will fail too and you will end up hurting yourself too. So maybe you should not do it. Maybe you should go on a path that everyone else is following. Maybe take a government job. Maybe take the available options that are there. And if you are not taking those options and you're going for the dream, you're missing out on many, many different things. Right? I'm trying to paint a picture. In Pakistan, it's the story of every nation in general. There are 2 types of society that we live in. It's not one society. Right? 2 communities. One is either you are from a very privileged background. Your mother and father is there, they support you, you are from a big city, your city adds a lot of exposure to you, right? And you've gone to an English medium or private school and you should have a great education. So your life is sort of sorted, at least for the outside world, right? And there is another kind of youth that is there. One who is from a very small town, not gone to English medium, Urdu medium schools, government schools, where they don't teach you Na plus Cl is sodium plus chloride and it makes a salt. No, they tell you that Na plus Cl is NaCl. Just remember that and you will have the marks. Because they have not understood it themselves. Right? Those kind of things. And so for that kid to imagine that kid will go to a big city, end up in a big university, that's a very big dream. And that kid is talking to the people around him. So I'm from Rahimia Khan, I'm a very small town. Outside of, not outside of Punjab, but the south of Punjab, right? So when I was growing up, Rahimia Khan is a smaller town. To give you a reference, I did not know what's the difference between a normal pizza and a baked pizza. I got to know that when I came to Lahore. And when I came to Lahore, it was all, I was like, when we talk about people who are coming from outside of the city, we say, the problem is that we've not seen those lights before. Right? We've not seen the buildings that are there that bigger cities offer, and it's just mesmerizing. Right? And then we watch them. And then very soon we realize, okay, these are just buildings. It's okay. You overcome these things. Anyway, so this dream, I had this dream that I want to go to a big city, I want to end up in a good university, but I was told that, okay, this is what you want, but if you don't have the good grades, you cannot talk the right language, you cannot communicate, how will and who will help you out? And I wasn't sure. So when you have this dream, you end up attracting people, your friends, the closest friends, you start outgrowing them because those people are not going in your direction. You don't find their talks very helpful. And then they emotionally told you that, no, you're not the same Usman that you used to be. And you feel the guilt of not being the same Usman that you used to be, but then it's okay. Because you're growing. Because you have a desire. Right? And then nothing else matters but the desire. And you keep on following it. And there are the second kind of people. Those are mockers. All they can do is just tell you that, yeah, this guy, midlife crisis is early hitting. He's just a wannabe, he wants fame, or maybe this, or maybe that, or he's just pretending to be someone else. And there are third kind of people. And those people are the dangerous ones. They are the ones who really, really hate you because they are the status quo. Their job is to make sure that you always have the FOMO of not doing what you dream of doing. See, the economy of the world works by making you unhappy. If you are very satisfied with the iPhone that you have, why would you buy a new iPhone? You know, if you are very satisfied with whatever things you have, if you not wanting something is equal to having it. You know, if you never had a Mercedes, you never want a Mercedes. Probably you have the Mercedes. Otherwise, you'll always be anxious. You'll always feel jealous of people who have Mercedes because you want it. They say that you cannot control what you want, but you can always control. They say that you cannot control what you can have, but you always can control what you want. You know, your wants and desires are something that you truly can control. So there are third kind of people who would tell you that if you pursue your dreams, you will not have those things which are there. You will miss out on many opportunities that normal people can have. You know. So for example, in India, you could have a government job. For example, in India, you could go in an army path where you do ISP and then you end up in a very, very secure job. Versus you are now saying that you go to a new city, you will somehow figure out how to get admission. But I came anyway. So I came to Lahore, I tried, there were so many rejections, 6, 7 universities, then one university accepted me. I ended up in FAST, which was amazing. But after that, what should I do? After that, what's next? And I thought of myself that, okay, I'm really driven by the concept of making money. This money concept, people who have money, they seem to be very happy. I don't know if they are happy or not, but they seem to be very happy. So I want to make a lot of money. But how much is a lot of money? You know, how much is a lot of money? So at that time I did some math. I was like, okay, let's suppose if I make $20,000 a month, let's suppose if I live till 78 years, let's suppose there is 5% inflation year over year, it will turn out to be $7.2 million. I want to make $7.2 million. And that's what I want. That's my next desire. You know, I ended up in FAST. People say you will do it. Now there has to be a new desire. Because my personal philosophy of life has always been that you find something that you love and you let that thing kill you. I personally go from desires to desires. And along those desires, you develop some values that you have to, some morality. Because all of this, existence in itself is an absurdity. The sooner you realize this, your life will be more fulfilled because it's an absurdity in itself. And all we are doing is just finding ways to keep us busy. We want to make a lot of money, and we all are looking for the love that our parents could not give us. We all are trying to fill the gaps. The sooner you understand that, it becomes easier. You talk to your inner child, and you realize that, okay, my inner child is asking for these things because he thinks that he'll have the validation of his parents that he could not have if he has those things. So my second desire became $7.2 million. And now I'm in FAST. I'm doing a computer science degree. $7.2 million, that's a lot of money. How would I make it? No job can offer me that. So I got to do some business, some entrepreneurial venture. What entrepreneurial venture would that be? I started studying about entrepreneurship. So I realized that entrepreneurship is driven by some problem that you solve and the society pays the rent of you helping them out solve that problem. So I came up with a different solution. I did some product-based companies, some startup-based companies, some this and that. But roughly 8-9 years later, I was able to achieve my $7.2 million. I was done with my desire. And then I became sad again. Because now what? There has to be a new desire. So from desire to desire. But what I'm saying is that with every desire, when I achieve that, one thing I realize, that there is a cloud on top of you. And it seems very difficult. But once you reach that cloud and you touch it, you realize it's all smoke. It's all fear and smoke. It's nothing. And then you pass it. And then you go, and then you realize this is not the sky, this is just a cloud. And there is a sky above it. And now you want to reach that sky. But sometimes the sky is not there and there are clouds, and you mix up clouds with skies, you know. And to translate that in our language, sometimes your desires are not truly your desires. Sometimes your desires are the validation, the desires of the people whose validation you are looking for. Finding your right desire is very important. What is that what you want? And for that, there are certain ways. What you have to do is that you have to talk to your inner child. That's important. How would you talk to your inner child? There are two ways that I have understood. This is my original concept. One is talk to your parents. Only your parents, if they are alive, they can paint the picture for you when you were born and the environment you were around, so that you can understand the insecurities that you are going through. What happened? What was the environment? What was the background? What was your mom going through? What was your father going through when you were born? Yeah? And then, second is therapy. If you can afford it, please go to therapy. It's not about depression or anxiety. It's about working with someone who is educated to guide you to find and understand yourself better. The sooner you understand yourself better, the sooner you will be able to set your North Star in the right way, and when the direction is right, your speed will not matter at all. You will probably achieve it or don't achieve it, because the result and outcome you do not control. What you control is, see, we live in a illusion of choice. We don't have the choice. We don't control outcomes. What we control is how to deserve to receive that outcome. You know, I cannot control if I will be able to build a company. I cannot control if I will be able to make $7.2 million. What I can control is that I want to deserve to make $7.2 million. That's what I can control. That's what I will focus on. Right? And so, after that, once that was done, I realized that my third dream of life is to build myself so that I can deserve to lead a company of 80,000 engineers from Pakistan. You know? And my parents, people who really care for me, told me that, okay, this is absurd. This is not a realistic dream. Again, the same mantra, same repeated stuff. Whenever you have a dream, no matter how big or small, there will be three kinds of people. One who will tell you, we care for you, don't end up hurting yourself. And then you realize that, okay, no, whatever I do, I'll end up hurting myself anyway. So let's pursue the dream, right? And then there will be second type of people who will tell me that it has never happened in Pakistan, will never happen in Pakistan. It's an absurd desire that you have. And then there are people who will actively stop you, because the status quo is not with you. Because if you disrupt, if you become somebody who has never become, their power position is disturbed. You know, and nobody accepts change. Change is difficult. You do not accept change either. And so when you go on a cloud and then you go on the next cloud, you realize that the context is switched. And when the context is switched, the first thing that you should do is unlearn. Whatever learning that you had, that you did to achieve that position, now you need to unlearn and relearn. That's why people say that spend your time in the community of sages, philosophers, and children. Because children will tell you the original thought. Because they've not been taught what they should think. They think because they want to. So when you spend time with them, it's a common agreement between philosophy and religion that you are the average of 5 people that you meet. If your average 5 people are philosophers, sages, geniuses, or children, you will have original thoughts. You will unlearn very quickly. And remember, in 20th century, the illiterate people will not be the ones who do not know how to read or write. The illiterates will be the one who cannot learn or unlearn. Yeah? So my third desire is to build the 80,000 employee company from Pakistan, and hopefully I'll be able to achieve that, or I'll just die trying. That's my dream. But I'll just finish my thought on this one thing. That don't fail because people are telling you that you will fail. Don't self-reject yourself. Let your dream fail you. Let your dream fail you. And remember, your dream will never fail you. Your dream will never fail you. You will fail when you decide to quit. Thank you so much.